We are live for our lead generation session today. And I know we're a couple minutes early, so I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. And I'm on my phone today too. And I don't know how to make comments up here. So I'm just talking to y'all like I'm talking to myself here. Hopefully the comments will just come up, but I know sometimes when you're on your phone, they don't automatically. So if any of you are asking me questions and I'm not answering, it's because I don't see them. But anyway, welcome to week 4 of your Shockwave Pacesetters. I am so excited to be sharing with you guys today. And again, I'm just going to give everybody just a couple more minutes to log on. All of you who are at work, eating your lunch, or if you're at home today, sitting outside, enjoying the nice warm weather. However, I realize many of you could be watching from anywhere. Y'all can shoot me a message and tell me, where are you? Are you in Ohio, Kentucky? Where are you at? But again, our topic today is lead generation, and it is 12:01. And so to be respectful for your time, I am going to go ahead and get started. I realize if anybody is not on time or can't make it, then replays are an amazing thing, right? So anyway, I want to start with something that I believe can possibly shift everything for you guys. And so here goes. As of today, I want you all to quit saying that I'm trying and start saying that I'm training. And because you're in week 4 of Pacesetters, I truly believe that that's where you are. I believe that that is where your heart is. And so again, starting today, I am trying is out of your vocabulary, and I am training is going to be the new verbiage. Because I truly believe that there is power in training and there is zero power in trying. And when you say you're trying, you're giving yourself an out. But when you say you are training, you are committing to growth. And so we are going to grow together today. So I'm not here to motivate you. I am here to train you today. So I hope that you will receive that. So when I think about lead generation, I think about the fact that there are people everywhere. And so if that's true, if it's a true statement that there's people everywhere, which we all know they are, then leads are really not the problem. Awareness is the problem. And so I want to remind you that you do not have to be the loudest, the boldest, the most outgoing person in the room to start conversations with people. And chances are you could sit down with anybody and you could talk about the weather. You could talk about your sister's boyfriend that you don't like. You could talk about your ailments. When you get to my age, that's what you do. But for some reason, when you're ready to talk about Mary Kay, do you find yourself just freezing? And so there are so many different personalities. There are so many different confidence levels. But no matter what your personality is, no matter what your confidence level is, I want you to know that we all have the same opportunity. And so wherever you're at today, wherever you are at this moment, you just need to start. And the old cliche is, if you're scared, then do it scared, right? All right. So for just a minute, I want you guys to think about how many names are actually in your contact list. How many actual names are in your phone? I know that when I get a new phone and I go to transfer my phone over, they're like, oh yeah, this might take 3 days because there's so many contacts in your phone. I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever erase the names out of my phone. I just leave them in there. And so I want you to, at some point today, I want you to scroll and notice how many of them that you don't even know who they are. And I'm going to share a concept with you that was taught to me by top director Nancy Polish. She had this idea to create a 5-day skincare trial. And she created scripts in this that are gold, like they're gold. And she started sending these scripts to people who were in her contacts. And she started first with the people that she did know, who were not yet customers, but she knew who they were. And then once she went through them, she went on to the people that she didn't know. And I want you to know that last year, not this year from January to now, but last year, these scripts created over $40,000 in sales for her last year. And I do want to make sure, like, I don't see any comments still. Would somebody just comment? Let me know that we have people. Oh, I see that we have 32 people on right now. So that does let me know that there are people here. So that's good. I just still am not getting any comments, but that's okay. I've not given you reason to comment yet, right? So anyway, I am going to share with you her board. So Nancy Polish, she came up with this whole deal. Her scripts are gold, like I said. She got over $40,000 in sales last year alone just from doing this. And I did ask her permission to share her board, but she did ask that I ask each of you not to share her board, okay? You can't, like, she's an admin of it, so you can't change her board anyway. But if you love her scripts, if you love the things, copy and paste them, put them in your own board, whatever. I don't use boards a whole lot until I know I need to learn to. But in whatever capacity you're using it, if you're not using it all, somehow open it up so that you can read all of the scripts that she has. Because again, I'm telling you, they're absolutely gold. But I will encourage you to use her scripts and her strategy. And again, pinky promise, swear with me that you don't share it. I mean, I don't know why she doesn't want it shared, but it was just her personal preference. So I'm just going to ask you that. But I could spend probably 2 days teaching you about her strategy behind what she did. And she has literally got a script followed by a script followed by a script of what to say and how to follow up. And so I think that you will as well find this gold. And it's just from using the leads in your phone from people that you may not even know who they are. And thank you, Leah, for telling me that everybody's there and that comments are showing up and I just can't see them. So anyway, so now Nancy Polish, all that's going to be posted in the comments right at 12:30. I have it pre-posted to that you can just grab that right at 12:30, so you don't even have to wait for it. And so now I'm going to go ahead and share some more of my favorites with you. And I know that some of these are probably things that you've even heard before, but how many times have you heard something and you didn't act on it and then you kind of forgot about it? And so I love $1 Million Director Angel Fry's pass out 40 lookbooks a month. And that is brilliant. Like, all I ever knew coming up in the business of 36 years, I just used to hand out business cards. And I knew that it was really important to get names and numbers back, because you hand out a business card all day long, but if you don't get their information, then it's usually a wash. It's usually a wash in their jeans, because that's where they put their card and forget that you gave it to them. But Angel Fry led her unit to millions several years in a row, and her whole strategy was getting her unit to pass out 40 lookbooks in a month. And I think the investment's probably like $18. I forget exactly what a pack of 10 is, but I think it's around $18 for 4 packs of 10. So that gives you your 40 lookbooks, and it's a tax deduction, okay? And so one of the reasons that I love this is because, number one, a lookbook is bigger than a business card. Number two, it's not going to get lost in their pocket, like I said. And number three, it's valuable. Like, women love to look at latest color. They love skincare. They love fashion. And so to get something that has all of that inside of one book, women just love that. And so what I personally do is I write my name, my phone number, and my website on the back. And then I also write 15% off of your first order. Because what happens now is it makes this lookbook tangible. And Angel Fry, in her sweet and fabulous Southern way, people say I still sound Southern, but I don't hear it. But anyway, she said, you just simply walk up to someone and say, here, this is for you. Here, this is for you. Here, this is for you. And you're going to get one of 3 responses when you hand that to someone. Someone's going to go, oh, Mary Kay. Someone else is going to go, oh, Mary Kay. And the 3rd response might be, oh, Mary Kay. Okay? And so if you get number 1 or number 2 response, I personally say, so have you ever had your own personal Mary Kay beauty experience? I don't say, have you had a facial? I don't want people to think I'm going to lay them back in a chair and put hot towels all over their face. I don't want to mislead anyone. I say, have you ever had your own personal Mary Kay beauty experience? And then I wait for their response. And they might say something like, well, you know, I did try Mary Kay a long time ago. And I'll say, well, when was the last time that you tried? And they'll share with me what their last time was. And I'd say, well, is there any reason why I couldn't get you in my chair? I am a lot of fun, and I can promise you that it will be an amazing experience. And I say that to anybody that gives me the first or second response. I've had people go, oh, I didn't even know Mary Kay was still around. I'm like, girl, have you not heard? Mary Kay is the #1 best-selling skincare and color globally, not just in the US, but globally. And so I am proudly standing up for Mary Kay and sharing my love for it with enthusiasm. Like, you have to be excited about what you're talking about. Do you know that excitement is a transference of feelings? It's like, Gloria Mayfield Banks, NSD Emeriti, used to say, you know, if you call a girlfriend and you say, hey, how you doing? And she goes, fine. And you go, oh, why are you just fine? What's the matter? And then you pour out your stuff on each other. And she said, but why is it when you call somebody, you go, how are you? And you go, great. Then you just keep talking. Like, why doesn't somebody go, well, why are you great? And so people need enthusiasm. You need to bring that across. And so when somebody says, oh, I didn't even know Mary Kay was around, I'm like, girl, are you kidding me? Absolutely, it's around. We're #1. I just say it with total pride. But I want you to know also what I say. If somebody goes, oh, Mary Kay, I immediately go, oh my gosh, what was your response? What was your experience? What made you say, oh, Mary Kay? Like, did you have a bad experience? And if you did, it's like, because I love my business and I want to protect the brand and maybe even change her story. Because every single response that someone gives back to you is an opportunity for a lead for you. I was at the Marriott one year for a director's luncheon, and I had my bar pen on. And I was in the bathroom, and this lady came up to me, and she goes, oh, are you a realtor? And I said, oh, no. I said, I'm a sales director with Mary Kay, and Mary Kay rewards us with beautiful bar pens and diamonds. And she went, oh. And she like turned and started to walk out. Now, I could have let her just walk out. But again, I love my business. I want to protect the brand. And I wanted to change her story. And so I picked up my step and followed her out. And I'm like, excuse me. And she turned around and I said, I would love to know why you responded that way to me. I want to know, what was your story? What caused you to have a bad experience? And she went on to tell me that she had a facial with a beauty consultant once, and that the beauty consultant sold her an entire roll-up bag. She paid for it, and she never got it, and she could never find the girl. And so I said, would you allow me to change your story? I said, would you please come and allow me to have a beauty session with you? And she did. She came over, and that was about 27 years ago, and she's still one of my #1 customers. She came in, and I have to tell you, I gave her everything that she said she had purchased that she didn't get. And that was kind of a hefty risk to take. But still today, 27 years later, she's one of my best customers. And so, again, turn every story around. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And here, this is for you. And just see what they say. And so, the way that, I'm gonna move on now. The way I personally generated leads and built my entire unit was, first of all, I joined Mary Kay in 1990. No internet, no computer. If I was going to call anybody from back home where I lived, it was a long distance phone call. So I didn't do many of those because when I started, I was broke. That's why I joined Mary Kay. All right. And so in Ohio, I literally knew no one, but I had a dream that was bigger than my fear. Do you? And so I wanted that director suit more than I wanted my next breath. And as bad as we needed money, it wasn't even about the money for me. I wanted the director suit, okay? And so what I did is I joined a gym. And for any of you that remember all the way back, it was called Vic Taney. And we got 2 hours there. And I had small children at the time. And so with my 2 hours of daycare that I got, my first hour I spent working out, having warm conversations with ladies on the treadmill next to me and talking to other people while we were lifting weights. And hour 2 was my strategy. That's when I was going to get showered. And I would go into the bathroom and I would put all of my makeup out all over the counter. I would spread out my roll-up bag and get ready. And I want you to know that what would happen is women would come up trying to get ready in the mirror, and they're like trying to look beside me and around me and all my stuff spread out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Do I need to move my stuff over? They're like, oh no, this is good. They go, what is all of this? And I'm like, oh, I love my Mary Kay. I'm in Mary Kay personally. And I'm like, have you ever had a Mary Kay experience before? Have you ever had a beauty experience before? And again, I would start conversations. So where do you go? Where do you visit? What do you do so that you can create warm conversations and spread your Mary Kay out all over the place? I want you to know that I recruited 20, and I tracked it, 29 of my 31 recruits that I built for my first initial, well, it's my only one. When I became a director, 29 of my 31 people came from that gym. And so, and yes, back in 1990 when I became a director, you had to have 30 people. And I think now it's only 24, right? So you have it a little bit easier. So where do you go? Do you go to the gym? Do you go to church, kids, sports, sitting next to moms? You guys, I was a soccer mom and I met moms up and down. I would try to strategically sit next to a different mom every single time so that I could start conversations with her. And, you know, I know some of you, maybe you can't talk about Mary Kay at work. But building relationships in such a manner that makes you friends on the outside of work, then you could possibly have a conversation there. And coffee shops. And have y'all seen those window clings? If you've not ever gotten those window clings, put those up everywhere. I have some in my car, and I go into a gas station to the bathroom and I slap those things up on the mirror. When I'm traveling, I slap them up on the mirror. Window clings are good. If you need the details on that, you can tell me in the comments, and I will make sure that you get that. But again, you don't need a new place. You need a new awareness of all the people that God has placed around you. And then you just need the courage to start a conversation. I'm gonna look at the time over there, 12:17, okay, I'm still good. All right, so my next level of leads comes from brides. You guys, start paying attention. Look at hands. You see an engagement ring? There is a conversation starter right there. It's, oh my gosh, your ring is beautiful. Let me see it. You engage, you know, sometimes an engagement ring is all a woman wears when she's already married. I have noticed that. I've had that happen. But 9 times out of 10, an engagement ring means a wedding is coming, a wedding's being planned. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, your ring is so beautiful. So you have a wedding coming up? Tell me about that. And I let her talk about her wedding a little bit. And I said, well, I just want you to know that I am a skincare specialist with Mary Kay. And I specialize in helping brides and their bridal parties get their skin perfect, in perfect condition for their big day. I mean, it is your single most photographed day of your life. And I know that you're going to want your skin to be perfect. And that's what I do. And so I literally get my phone out and I say, and I don't ask, I just say, girl, give me your phone number. And when I get home, I'll check my date book for a couple available times that I have. And I will text you and find out what would be the best date for you. And I have her give me her phone number right there. And then I'd say, I'm gonna text you my name. Well, the real reason I do that is because I want to make sure that it dings her phone while we're standing there, that she gave me the right phone number. So I'm telling you, brides love these sessions because it's a break from the chaos of wedding planning. It's built-in girl time. It helps them feel confident and glowing getting ready for their wedding. And it becomes a sweet memory with some of their favorite people when they get together with you. Because of course, the bride that I meet, I turn her into a hostess. The hostess turns into a class, and that's more leads. It's more people. And so she simply becomes your hostess. And you heard from Melissa Mays last week about having your hostess plan all worked out. Like, you should be able to say it in your sleep and know exactly what it is. Like Melissa said, you should wake up in the middle of the night and know what your hostess plan is. And so if you've not perfected that, I got a question for you. Why not? Because she taught on that last week. That should already be done. So let's see. I'm just scrolling through my notes. Oh, look for bridal shows in your area. I know that there's bridal shows all over. I know the Dayton Convention Center has them. I know all you have to do is Google and search for bridal shows, and you can find some. Find a couple of girlfriends to go in with you. A booth is typically around $400. You set up a table, you go in, set up a pretty little display, and talk to brides all day long. And get a couple girls to do it with you because it's $400. You can split the cost. But there's usually a couple hundred girls that will come through there. And that is a lot of people to follow up with, a lot of leads right there. Another thing, check your Chamber of Commerce. Now, I'll tell you something I'm excited about. I just got asked by a chamber in, I believe it was in Vandalia. They asked me if I would come in and teach a group of 40 women for some program. I think they called it She Connects or something. If I would come in and teach color. And I said, and she wanted each one of the girls to get to actually do the color as we went. And I said, well, I just want you to know that's not really practical because it takes probably an hour to teach one person individually, face to face. And I said, but what I could do is come in so that everybody could be engaged and we could do skincare with all of them, because that is something I could provide for everybody. And then I can bring some girls up and do some demonstrations on contouring and highlighting and all the things beautiful and glamour. And we're not allowed in this situation to sell anything. And so she said that they were going to provide $25 per person for me to come in. Now, if I have 40 people, you guys, that's going to be like $1,000. But because I can't sell anything, I said, well, can I put out a sign-up sheet? And anybody who wants a one-on-one with me can sign up for a one-on-one. So she said, yes. You guys, that's going to be 40 leads right there. 2 hours, $1,000 just for being there. And then, bam. So who do you know? There are businesses. There are businesses that have women that they will do this kind of thing for. Who do you know in business that you can ask? Do you want to do something where you, I don't think they call them secretary anymore, assistance days and things like that, where you can come in and do beauty sessions and pamper the people. All right. And so also the Chamber of Commerce, and you can Google, we're going into spring right now. And going into spring, there are strawberry festivals, chocolate festivals, Mum Festival coming up in September. However, if you want tables at these things, you got to sign up now. Like, you can't decide the week before that you want to do these. And it takes a little preparation on your end to get it all prepared. But once you do one, I mean, you can take the same thing and network with the same items time and time again. So there's a little bit on the backside of getting that, but again, so many things, so many ways. All right, so facial boxes. Now, I am not a huge facial box person, okay? But I will never deny facial boxes, and let me tell you why. My offspring, Nicole Buchanan, she may be watching, she sells on average of $5,000 a month from facial boxes. She does not warm chatter. She does not meet people outside other than her facial boxes. She does book from her facial boxes, from her beauty sessions that she does. She books sessions from those sessions. But $5,000 a month in new sales. I'm not talking about reorders. $5,000 in new sales a month from her facial boxes. And so now you're probably going, all right, I want her facial box information. Well, guess what? At 12:30, it is going to be deposited right into the comment section in this group. Okay, so you'll have, I mean, she's got everything. She's got her script. She's got how she puts her bowls together and where she puts them out. And I want you to know, if you're going to put out one, you're going to be disappointed. You need to do at least 20. At least 20. You're going to go and check on them, and 5 are going to be gone. 5 are going to be under the counter. 5 are going to have names in it. One's going to have 100 names in it. And it's going to be where somebody's child wrote on all the slips and put them in there. So you can't get disappointed or worry about the bowls. So get things that are not expensive. But if fish bowls are your thing, girl, get fish bowls out and go in a team. Don't go by yourself. Look for nail salons, bridal salons that are small, independently owned, like your big chains are not probably going to let you do it. But I know that, again, nail salons, bridal boutiques that are small, Mexican, I might have said that like 6 times. That's okay, because I'm just talking off the top of my head. All right, so anyway, let's see, looking at my notes again. All right, so I want to free some of you up right now. How much time do I have? I've got 5 minutes. I got to hurry. Oh my gosh. But I want to free some of you up. Some different ideas have so much to do with your personality and your confidence. I said that at the beginning. But pick one that you feel like you have the confidence to do and start there. I know that I've talked about several different things, and I want to tell you another funny story. 2 of my favorites, Gloria Mayfield Banks, Lisa Madsen, both maritized now. But they were traveling together, and they stopped at a rest area, and after doing their business, they were climbing back in the car. And as they were climbing back in the car, a woman pulled up behind them, and the lady rolled down her window and she goes, "Is that a pink Cadillac?" And Lisa Madsen, who's the driver about to get in her seat, she turned and she goes, "It sure is." And then she proceeds to get in her car. And Gloria looks shocked at Lisa and then runs back to the lady and hands her a card and starts a conversation with this woman. And so after Gloria talks to her and warm chatters her, Gloria comes back, she gets in the car, and Gloria's like, "Were you really going to just leave? Like walk away from that opportunity?" And Lisa goes, "Yeah, I hate warm chatter." And then Lisa said, "I make sure that I book parties from my parties so that I never have to warm chatter." And so you have got Gloria Mayfield Banks, who would warm chatter anybody, anywhere. And you saw how she went out like well on top, as well as Lisa Madsen, but they are so completely different. And so if you are waiting to be more like the girl that Sequina sells every week at your unit meeting, or somebody that you're admiring on social media, stop it. Stop it. Start some conversations. Gloria Mayfield even talked about a time that she warm chattered. She said she was in her fur coat and she went over at the gas station, and the lady had gotten in her car. It was cold, and the lady rolled her window down to see what Gloria wanted. And she started to tell her, "Here's my card. I'm with Mary Kay." She said the lady rolled up the window and drove off. And Gloria said she was like, "Oh my gosh, does she not know who I am?" And she did that to be funny. Like, of course, this lady didn't know who she was. We always think that the people that we admire in Mary Kay, that there's something different or something special about them. Well, they are different. They are special, but they're no more different or special than you are. Okay, so now we'll move over to social media really fast. Social media is a gold mine if you do it right, but don't be posting, "I sell Mary Kay," or "Buy this from me," or "Sell, sell, sell." This repels people. And it's a reason that consultants can get a bad rap. Instead, do your due diligence. And I know Tina France talked about this recently, is go over to other people's page and don't just like, but leave a 2 or 3 sentence comment. And I love what she called it. She said, make someone's day comment. I forget exactly how she did it. MSD, she called it. Make someone's day post. And so start making someone's day post. And what's going to happen is the algorithm's going to throw them back over to you so that they see your lifestyle and what you have going on. And then always be watching who's watching your stuff. Like, watch who's watching your post and your reels and all the things, and then reach out to them. Don't just look. Like, let what you're doing count. Let the time that you're doing your investment in your post count. All right, so, all right, so we know that booking parties from parties is crucial. And another quick idea that I loved, and I've got to talk fast because I'm almost out of time. But Megan Chapman did a training, and a way that she books parties from parties. And this is lead generation, okay? Even though I'm talking about booking parties from parties. Megan Chapman said that as she's going through her skincare, when she gets to the microdermabrasion, after they've done the microderm, she holds the microderm up and said, oh my gosh, I just want you to know that none of my customers ever buy this. They always get it for free. Do you want to know how? And of course, they're like, well, heck yeah, I want to know. And she said, well, when you book your follow-up session with me tonight, to be held within the next 10 days and share your appointment with 5 to 6 friends, this is going to be my gift to you. And so, you guys, hello, how wonderful is that? How exciting is that? Like, when I heard that and I started doing it, I give away microdermabrasions like crazy, but I also stay on the date book like crazy. And that's what's so important. So, when I am closing people too, if somebody, I help them think, all right? So if I am booking somebody and I say, how many people do you think that you're going to be able to invite? And they're like, well, I really don't know that many people. I help people think. So don't let the story get closed there. I go, well, what about your sister? Oh, well, she uses Clinique. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. Just tell her to come and have a good time. And so be sure and overcome objections. Be sure and ask people, who do you think you're going to invite? And that way she can talk about it out loud, or you can help her think, because do you have a neighbor? Well, sure I do. But I don't think she wears makeup. Oh, well, we don't need her to wear makeup. We just need her to want to come over and have a good time with the girlfriends and laugh and have a great time. Tell me about your coworkers. I mean, I literally ask a bunch of questions to help her think of a lot of people. And for someone who says, I don't really know anybody, before I'm done, we have a list of 25 people at least that she could invite. All right, let me think like my notes one more time. All right, so here is your challenge from me this week, okay? I don't want you trying. I want you training, all right? Are we all on that same page? I want you to pass out 10 lookbooks this week. And if you don't have lookbooks, I don't know about you guys, but I just went online to order some more, and I saw that they were out of stock. So I'm pretty sure that means we're not gonna get any more until the next ones come in, unless it was just for that day. So if you don't have lookbooks already on hand and you can't get lookbooks, I want you to do business cards, okay? So I want you to pass out 10 lookbooks or cards, and then I want you to have 3 intentional, very intentional conversations. And then be sure that you have 2 new bookings from the people that you meet this week, because the difference between where you are and where you want to be is the conversations that you are willing to start today. So God bless each one of you. Congratulations for being here for your 4th week of Pacesetters. And just remember that school is never out for the pro. God bless you.